Hello, me again. Just another short video about electric cars and what. Yeah, to do electric cars because yesterday I watched Top Gear, the new Top Gear. It's a new episode, and I call it Top Gear Lights because it's got three. It's not the original Top Gear. It's got three characters who, well, I don't know if anyone likes them. They're pretty dull guys. So I watched that because they're doing something on electric cars. So they're doing the usual thing, a bit stuntified, a bit sort of doing stupid things, which is part of the show, and it's part of the show which I used to enjoy more when the characters had character, but now we've got these guys. Anyway, so they're driving these electric cars round an amusement park and seeing who could get in one entrance and out the exit fastest. So it's all just drivel. Anyway, after they did this drivel, so I don't mind it being drivel because it's entertainment, isn't it? I mean, when Jeremy Clarkson and the other fellows did it, and they raced across Europe to see who could do it faster. So obviously it's drivel because there's a camera. The cameras were in the Range Rover in front of the car, so not exactly racing against the clock. So anyway, they did their stuff, and one car won. It didn't matter what car it won. The ones that were racing was a electric mini, electric Corsa, and electric something else. It'll come to us as I go along anyway. So one of them won. Who cares? Anyway, and they concluded that all the cars were much of muchness, and they've made no progress. The other car was a Honda. No wonder I didn't remember it. I particularly have got a downer about the Honda because it's dear with no range. So anyway, they came to the conclusion that they're all much of muchness and electric cars haven't progressed. How amusing. How absolute drivel. I mean, it's so comical. We've had petrol and diesel engines for over 100 years. We've had piston engines for over 200 years. And they're talking about electric cars haven't progressed. They've only been going for 10 years. Goodness, absolute, just tripe. But then I'm biased, of course, because I've got an electric car, and there is one downer for electric cars, and only one. And there's a shed load of advantages. The one downer is the public charging, which is a downer. Because this is the UK, so we're not really into thingies. If we had loads of public chargers, when they go wrong, no one's going to fix them anyway. So it's a bad public charge is a bad thing. So I go on and on and on and on, and apparently, it seems when I look on YouTube, most electric car people disagree with me, and I don't really know why. And manufacturers definitely disagree with me because they don't want to make their cars long range. I don't know why either. Range is everything because you don't need public charging. I mean, if you had a way of life where your way of life is never ever going on a long journey, and I'm talking really of a journey, say with a Honda E, which has got 130-mile range, which is appalling. Gosh, cars were doing that 10 years ago. The earliest electric cars were doing that. Yeah, so it's got 130-mile range. Which really means, to me, that means a 50-mile range, because you've got to have a 30-mile buffer, because you're not going to run it till it's empty. And it might be winter, it might be cold, and the electric cars do go less far in the cold. That's for obvious reasons. So I call it a 50-mile range, because you've got to get there. You don't want to hunt the charger, and you want to get home, so it's a 100-mile range. Absolute no good. So range is everything. Longer range, and I'm really a real electric car fan. And range is absolutely everything because of public charging or lack of public charging. I'm now charging this on Octopus Agile, and just lately there's been some negative price periods, which means they pay me to charge my car. And I think the average price per kilowatt hour for charging this car is about 3p. So really, you could say I'm running this car for absolutely nothing, because that's the equivalent of, I should have worked this out. Anyway, it's equivalent of hundreds of miles per gallon if you compare the price with petrol or diesel. It is hundreds, 500. It's around the area, I'm just guessing. So, and the other advantage is it's cleaner, quieter, and more reliable. Especially with this COVID knocking about, which is getting bad again. I charge this clean because I know my cable and it's clean. I don't have to go to a petrol station to handle their equipment. Everything I do in this car is clean, which is fair enough because it's a clean car anyway. All good. And I don't actually need to go to public charging, so I'm happy. The car's got a good range. It's got over 200 miles in it now. So all is good in electric cars. Just get on my long range. And yeah, as you're saying, going back to Top Gear thing, where there's 2 or 3 Wallies driving around, is they never say this car isn't polluting. When these guys say they're driving the car, they never ever say it's not polluting. Never. They never say how cheap it is to run. It's never said. No, that's never said. Anyway, what else we got? We got the bad news, of course, which is COVID, because we're in the UK. We're going to be all closed down. Our boss, our PM, a few weeks ago, attacked the opposition, that's the Labour Party, saying, because the Labour Party guys said we should lock down, and Boris Johnson was jumping up and down in Parliament saying what a disgrace he was for saying the country should lock down. 3 weeks later, we're going to lock down. What a pillock. So we're locking down on Thursday, except for the schools, because the children obviously got to get educated, but it's a little bit comical because they go the old stats and this and that, and most of the infections come from schools. So the kids will come on. I mean, it's all right for the kids because the infection won't hurt them, but they'll bring it home to mum and dad. And where are mum and dad? Oh, well, they're at home because they've been told to stay at home. They've been told to work from at home if they possibly can. So these kids that are going to school and getting the infection, bring it home to mum and dad, especially now it's because of the lockdown, so they're more likely to bring it home to mum and dad. And that's the solution. Great stuff, great stuff. I mean, I'm sitting here, there is no solution. There is no solution. It's just false hope. It's just putting off the moment. We are going to be, like all over the world, we're just going to end up living with it. We just got to live with it. Only if you've got a bit more control, with a bit more common sense, with a bit more tech, with a bit more noddle, you can live with it without closing down all the industries, without killing lots of people, if you can do it properly. Now, properly is not what our government's got. They haven't got any of that stuff. They don't know what they're doing. And now, to me, being, I knew Boris Johnson. If anyone with any sense knew Boris Johnson was a dithering idiot. Years and years back. He spent 50 million on the bridge and not even a brick was laid. Well, everyone knew he was a blithering idiot. But now people seem surprised. They're saying, oh, Boris Johnson, he's a disappointment. Not to me, he's not. He's always been a fool, and he's still a fool, and the country's been led by a fool. So he's no disappointment to me, because he's what I expected. And anyone expected better? Well, in the UK we know why. Because he said, I'll deliver Brexit. And he said Brexit would, before the election, before the voting on Brexit, how great Brexit would be. Because we would be able to have bendy bananas. So, but you know what? Our bananas are bendy. They've always been bendy. It's absolutely farcical. People say, oh, look at that. The EU says we should have straight bananas. Aren't they terrible? Let's get out of here. Yeah, quite right. bloody idiots. So people voted for their bendy bananas, and they're going to get their bendy bananas, which they've got anyway. And we haven't got a clue. And from that chain reaction from his bendy bananas, we've now got a government because they're elected on bendy bananas. And now we are in the crap because we voted for an idiot. Because the idiot said, I can do Brexit. And the people who wanted Brexit because they wanted bendy bananas, they've got him. They've got him. They've got the guy who has killed, through his mismanagement, thousands of people. And is everybody happy now? Are they all happy? You've got what you wanted? You got your Boris in charge? Is it just... That's nice, isn't it? Just what you wanted. You got your Boris sitting there. You got your Boris. See, he's marvellous, isn't he? He's a great guy. You voted for him. How happy you are. But did people say, oh dear, we were a bit stupid, weren't we? No, they don't. They still think it's great. He's at the time of a voting saying, Britain will get sunlit uplands. What a pillock. Anyway, so that's where we are now. I mean, we were stuffed before this coronavirus, and now we're stuffed on top of stuffed. And what can we do? There's elections soon in America, just a couple of days away. Who will get in? Who cares, really? I mean, I really used to be a bit uptight about it. I mean, you can have you've got the old moron, the fat moron, or the thin old guy. What do you want, the fat moron or the thin old guy? Actually, he's the fat old moron or the thin old guy. So anyway, what can you do? It doesn't really matter who gets in. I don't really care anymore. I mean, I won't be here for that much longer. So perhaps, who cares? Who cares? Things are just going nowhere. So that's it. I'm even more gloomy than ever now. But I can't see any solution. But that's normal. People who say they can see a solution. Yes, there's going to be a vaccine around the corner. No, there won't. Yeah, there is no solution. Not for years, and maybe not at all. Yeah. No. Don't know what to do, and neither does anyone else. But then it's not my job to say what's to do because I'm nobody. But do you know what? My opinion is worth as much as some of these blokes who stand up as geniuses, because they haven't got a bloody clue either. So anyway, so what's the future hold? The future's bright. The future's orange. Maybe Biden will get in. Probably won't make a lot of difference to us really in here in the UK. And even though we'll be depending on America to feed us, because that's what we voted for. What if America's got bendy bananas? Oh, I hope so. God, it'd be all worthwhile then, wouldn't it? It'd be all worthwhile. If America could sell us some bendy bananas, well, I'll have to change all my points of view, because that would be ideal, wouldn't it? We can get bendy bananas from America. Whoa, look at that. It's a sunny uplands after all. Isn't that wonderful? Anyway, it's enough money from me. I'm going to go now and see you later. Bye-bye.